Job numbers for June were released today, showing a healthy increase in U.S. job growth. The report also showed the nation's unemployment rate inching down slightly, but there are areas of concern. KTVU's Jana Katsuyama spoke with a labor expert about the data and whether it might impact the Federal Reserve's decision to continue hiking interest rates. Jana.
Greg, the chair of UC Berkeley's Labor Center, says this report shows some record gains for women in the workforce, but there are still sectors and people who are struggling to recover from the pandemic.
Help wanted signs show the continued demand for workers as businesses rebounding from the pandemic try to fill jobs. On Friday, the Bureau of Labor Statistics report on June job growth showed the U.S. added 209,000 jobs, lower than the 240,000 economists had expected, but still a sign of a strong economy. The unemployment rate dropped from 3.7% to 3.6%. So-called prime-age workers between 25 and 54 years old reached the highest level of employment in 22 years, with nearly 81% working. And women in that age group hit a record.
For women, prime-aged women, it's the highest on record since the data started to be collected in 1948.
Ken Jacobs, chair of the UC Berkeley Labor Center, says the report did raise some concerns.
The only worrisome signs out there was a uptick in unemployment among Black workers and an uptick in unemployment among young workers.
The unemployment rate for Black Americans edged up from a record low of 4.7% in April to 6% in June. Economists say they'll be watching to see if it becomes a trend. Sectors that added jobs included healthcare, social services, private education, and state and local governments.
There's good evidence, say, that when the minimum wage goes up, that more working parents decide that they can afford to work. And so with wages at the bottom coming up, that may be drawing more people into the workforce.
Construction firms also added jobs with the Biden administration's infrastructure spending, and automakers saw job growth as pent-up demand for vehicles continues out of the pandemic shortages. Areas of job cuts included retailers, transportation, warehousing, and temporary staffing agencies. The slight cooling in June brings the job market closer to the Federal Reserve's goal, trying to thread the needle by raising interest rates enough to slow growth and cool inflation while avoiding a recession.
I don't think that this will meaningfully impact the probability of another July hike.
The Federal Reserve indicated at their last meeting that rate hikes could continue through the end of the year. The Fed's next meeting is scheduled for July 25th and 26th. Greg?
Yeah, a lot of eyes on that. Jana Katsuyama live in our newsroom tonight. Jana, thank you.